My name is Tamara with Love in a Big World, and this is MusiCity Kids. We are committed to helping you grow strong in mind, body, and heart. Today we're going to be talking about anti-racism. What can you and I do each and every day to make sure that every person we meet knows that they are seen, known, valued, and loved? How can we treat each other with fairness? We're going to be digging into this in all kinds of ways. First up, we've got Family Fit Mom. So get up and get moving.
Hey MusiCity Kids, Family Fit Mom here. We are in February. It's the month of love, so I thought it would be great to focus on your heart health during this week. A great way to focus on heart health is to make sure you get a little bit of cardio in each day. Great way to do that is to simply jump rope. So there's several things you can do. You can maybe aim for about 100 jumps a day. More if you would like. A great way to do that is just your regular jumps. Just straightforward. If you need a little bit more, adding high knees to it. Jumping side to side. Or if you're good at speed jumps, which I am not, adding a little bit more speed to each jump. If you don't have a jump rope, no problem. You can get your heart rate up by doing high knees, simply putting your hands out in front of you and then aiming to touch your knee to your hand. You can even incorporate jumping jacks. So the regular jumping jacks, taking your arms up overhead, or you can do one of my new favorites, seal jacks. Seal jacks, you're gonna bring your arms forward, taking them out and back in. So working on heart health, maybe pick those exercises and do about 100 a day. It's going to get your heart rate up a little bit and work on heart health. Another way you can do that is to think about what you're eating each day. So try to stay away from those high sugar foods if you can. Don't eat as many in a day as you normally would. And drink lots of water. Adding healthy fruits and vegetables in your day also will help you work on your heart health. Another thing that you may not think about, but will be great to start, is to take 10 minutes a day and focus on our breathing. So, great way to do that. Find a quiet place at home. Close your eyes. Sit for a moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then blow out through your mouth. Slow and controlled. In through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Just to settle your mind and your thoughts, to focus on your breathing will help you be less stressful, will help you kind of find balance in your day. So maybe just taking some time to do about 10 deep breaths, and then also just sitting still with no TV on for about 10 minutes just to relax, recenter yourself. De-stressing yourself is gonna help with heart health as well. So I hope that you'll take this love month and you'll focus a little bit of self-love on yourself, and you'll also work on your heart health by doing jumping jacks, jumping rope, eating healthy, and taking some time to just breathe. This is Family Fit Mom. I'll see you next time.
Next up, we've got some spoken word from Love in a Big World.
Justice. In the face of extreme adversity, no special privileges or head starts. Existing in a place where everyone's voice is heard, a seat at the table for all, equal share of delicious homemade American pie, accountability, checks and balances, correcting, righting wrongs, you with full access to get yours, me, full access to get mine, equal opportunities to shine.
Now it's time for a lesson in anthropology with Dr. E.
Hey Tamara and friends. Well, today I want to share with you one of my favorite anthropologists. And one of my favorite anthropologists, her story is featured in a book called Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History. And this particular book is by a woman by the name of Vashti Harrison. And the particular anthropologist I want to share with you is a woman by the name of Zora Neale Hurston. And Zora Neale Hurston is a really important anthropologist for lots of different reasons. But one of the most important reasons is because Zora Neale Hurston understood and appreciated just how important it is to recognize and to acknowledge the culture and traditions of other people. See, Zora Neale Hurston was born in an all-black town called Eatonville, Florida, and in that all-black town, she heard the stories of the people around her, stories that they had grown up hearing as children, and she also understood and heard the stories of people and their own lives. And so that really helped her to develop a deep appreciation for not only being black, but also for being able to appreciate the stories and culture of other people. And so when Zora Neale Hurston graduated from high school, she didn't have enough money to immediately go to college, so she had to work for a few years. But when she finally amassed enough money, she ended up going to Howard University. And it was at Howard University where she published her first story. And people started to take note of her work. And not only did they take note of her work, but they started to encourage her to continue to write. And so Zora Neale Hurston, when she was at Howard, made the decision that she wanted to be an anthropologist, that she wanted to study people and learn more about their stories and their history in order to be able to share that with other people. And so Zora Neale Hurston, she traveled to places like Harlem to be able to be part of the Harlem Renaissance, but she also traveled all across the United States collecting the stories of African Americans, and not just in the United States, but also outside of the United States as well. And so she would include them in novels like Their Eyes Were Watching God, or she would share those stories that she had collected in books like Mules and Men. And at the time she was doing it, not everyone appreciated what she was doing. Some people thought it wasn't really all that important to share the stories or the culture or traditions of African Americans. But nevertheless, Zora Neale Hurston persisted because she knew that what she was doing was really important work, even if other people didn't recognize it or appreciate it at the time. And so that's why, for me, Zora Neale Hurston is one of my favorite anthropologists. She's one of my favorite anthropologists because she decided to do what other people at the time didn't always appreciate or think was important, that she persisted nevertheless. And so she had to exhibit a lot of patience, because sometimes when you do something and you give it your very best, people may not always appreciate what you're doing. Sometimes it might take some time before they finally recognize or realize just how important it is what you have done. But nevertheless, you have to keep giving your very best to what you are called to do. And so Zora Neale Hurston is one of my favorite anthropologists. She's one of my favorite anthropologists because she recognized that when we share and learn more about other people, that's helping to spread love in a big world. And so until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.
When people don't treat us with fairness, we need to find a way to work toward forgiveness. Here are some thoughts from Micah with a story about Nelson Mandela.
Hi, my name is Micah Poe, and the symbol of forgiveness is Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was born on July 18, 1918, and sadly died December 5, 2013. Mandela is an activist and a civil rights hero. In 1944, he joined the African National Congress. They were a political group that strived for equal rights. After he was in prison for 27 years, he helped the people of the ANC end the apartheid, which further divided race. They did this in a secret group. After all of this, Mandela won the Nobel Peace Prize and became the first black president of South Africa. Then in 1999, Nelson retired from being president, but stayed a symbol of peace, equality, and forgiveness. He is a symbol of forgiveness because when released from prison, instead of seeking revenge and hatred from being tortured, he asked for forgiveness and reconciliation. People felt betrayed from this but changed because of his exemplary response. Forgiveness is the action or process of forgiving or to be forgiven. And I drew a picture of Nelson Mandela, and I wrote some quotes of people who forgave people, and this is it. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong, Gandhi. Forgiveness liberates the soul and removes fear. That's why it's so powerful. Mandela. Resentment is like drinking poison and hoping it'll kill your enemies. Nelson Mandela. Only free men can negotiate. Prisoners cannot enter their contracts. Mandela. And it is in our hands to make a better world for all the people who live in it. Mandela. Bye.
Next, we have a beautiful song from Natalia, reminding us all that no matter where we come from or what color our skin is, we are all made of stardust.
Hi, my name is Natalia Sun. I'm from Argentina, and I'm going to sing a song to you that I co-wrote with a friend, Barbara, from California, and it's called Made Out of Stardust. When your life is falling apart, do you ever search for a sign? Close your eyes and say a prayer. When you have to start from scratch and your dreams seem so whatever rich, ever look to the sky and make a wish. Oh, how makes you share your thoughts with a billion glowing lights. Remember, you're made out of stardust. You're made out of stardust. And when all is said and done, you move on, doing your thing. Your power lies within. Then you prove, nay, say you're strong, cause you fail, but keep coming strong, doing epic cosmic stuff, cause you can't get enough of life when your light is guiding you. Ooh, there's nothing you can do. Remember, you're made out of stardust. You're made out of stardust. The darkness doomed to be over, cause you've been forged by a supernova. Here is the simple truth you can trust. You and I are made out of stardust. You're 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 made out of stardust. Back to you, Tamara.
I believe that stories have the power to change us, and that's why I love to read and write. So here's today's recommendation for a story that you can read with your friends and family. The Sneetches by Dr. Seuss. Now, as you read this book, I'd like you to think of a few questions. Here you go. Why were the Starbelly Sneetches mean to the Plain Belly Sneetches? And how did this make the Plain Bellies feel? What lesson did the Sneetches finally learn? And who helped them learn it? Is there Sneetch behavior going on at home or with your school friends? What can you do to stop it? I'd love to hear your answers. Please make sure to share in the comments below. And also share your favorite story about fairness, treating others equally, and playing by the rules. Next, we've got something special from our friend Frizzy Sykes.
MusiCity Kids. It's your boy Frank, aka Frizzy, poet and spoken word artist. And check it out. I got a poem that I want you to hear, and I'm about to give it to you right now. Dear beautiful young faces, I hope that this letter reaches you in time, even though we sit in different places. There's some things that I want you to know before I go, so let's just face it. We are living in a world filled with blindness, and at times your problems will grow in awkward spaces. You see, I'm aware that you will have questions that yield no answers, leaving you frustrated and shaking. Confused with A, B, and C choices that all seem right, but D was an option that they left off of the paper. Forced you to submit an answer without any guidance is enough to stir up feelings of frustration. To lose control is what they want. Deeming you mentally ill is their castration. So, listen to Frizzy and circle them all. All beautiful children to stand united. Do not let them divide you just to fall. The vision that they left off of the paper for a control to make robots of us all. A message that may be way too deep. Instead of a letter and video, I probably should have made a phone call. Just remember this. You will always be loved dearly by Frizzy. P.S. I hope I'm not too late. Woo! I know. That was deep, right? It's poetry. You've just been hit with a poem of mine. The title is A Poetic Letter. As you can see, it was literally in the letter form that the poem was written and, of course, creatively performed for you. So, hopefully you're blessed. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And hopefully, if you want to hear more, you'll find me. Until then, or until next time, be blessed. Bye.
All right, here's a thought from Janet of Janet's Planet.
To Janet's Planet, life in a far-out world. Let's go to Janet's Planet. She's an intergalactic girl. Janet's Planet, let's go.
Welcome to Janet's Planet, where we're traveling at the speed of thought. Did you know that chronic disease can happen to anyone, and sometimes to kids just like you?
This kid made fun of me when I came back to school without hair.
I have cerebral palsy. I can never be just me. It's all about the wheelchair.
I have asthma. When I have an attack, I can't run or play, and other kids call me lazy.
How do you treat others when they have something that makes them sick?
I stare.
I gossip. I make fun. I avoid.
Disease can cause dis-ease if you let it. Let your mind revolve around this thought. Great challenges can shape great people. And great people make awesome friends. And that's the view from Janet's Planet.
Brought to you by CHIM of Children's Hospital.
We've got a special song for you about how all of us belong. Take a listen.
Hi MusiCity Kids, my name is Ellisa Sun, and this is the song I wrote called I'm From Here. So that's how it feels, nobody's team. You're the only one in the room causing dis-ease. A veil's been drawn, but I don't want to see. Being blind before was safer to me. Now I don't want to go outside. The great divides never felt so wide. You want me to go back to where I came from. Oh, but I'm already home. My eyes tell the truth. I don't look like you. Ooh, ooh, but I promise you I'm from here too. Mama just wanted to acclimate, and Daddy wasn't there. Made fun of my name in the second grade, pretend not to care. A veil's been drawn, but I don't want to see. Being invisible was safer to me. Now I don't want to go outside. The great divides never felt so wide. You want me to go back to where I came from. Oh, but I'm already home. My eyes tell the truth. I don't look like you. Ooh, but I promise you I'm from here too. Well, so that's a song called I'm From Here, and I wrote that song in response to some racism that I experienced being a Chinese person, especially with COVID-19. There's been a lot of racism against Asian Americans. So I am American. I was born here. My mom was born here as well. And I think that a lot of immigrants and people who might not have been born here receive a lot of racism and treatment from people who may not know what they're saying. So this is a song about that.
Friends, I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in a time when people of different races were not necessarily getting along all that well, but in my world they did. We were friends. We played together, we laughed together, we sang together, we ate together, we did life together. Why? Because we knew that we were all part of the same human family. I want you to remember that. What matters most is who we are on the inside. So show each day who you are with what you do and what you say. Be a person of courage, honesty, kindness, caring, fairness, respect. And that is how you and I can change the world. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Music City Kids. Bye-bye.